Hey there, Sonal here, career strategist at superchargeyourself.com. One question I receive a lot at Dear Supercharge is how to handle the question about your weaknesses in an interview scenario. I personally dread that question. I find it unoriginal, very traditional. However, it's extremely common. So you do need to know how to answer it, and I'm going to help you to do just that. Firstly, let's talk about why they ask these horrible questions. There's two reasons. Number one, they want to know, do you have any red flags that they need to know about? And secondly, what they want to know is, how well do you know yourself in terms of your self-awareness? Now, the approach I have for you is very simple in an acronym format, easy to follow. It's the FLAW approach. Get it? Flaw, weakness, but the flaw is spelled PH. Minor detail. The P in the FLAW approach stands for past weaknesses. Feel free to talk about stuff that was an issue for you in the past in terms of your skills, but you have now overcome it. For example, maybe there was an issue with public speaking and you used to be extremely nervous and sweaty when you had to speak in public, and you worked hard on it. You joined a club or watched some YouTube videos, and it is now something that's behind you. The H in the flaw stands for hard skills. We all have certain skills that we haven't quite mastered, and feel free to share that you're working on these. For example, it could be, a specific skill that you haven't, got in HR. Maybe you haven't worked with trade unions, or in marketing, you haven't done market research yet, or in finance, you haven't worked in M&A, whatever it is, in IT, it could be agile project methodology. That you haven't quite done that yet. So feel free to share it and say that you're working on it. The law in the flaw approach is the most interesting. It literally stands for livable, acceptable weaknesses. That's a very tricky one. It's interesting, but it's tricky. What it means is you need to know yourself very well, and you need to know what the job is looking for in a way that what you share is not going to be an issue in landing that job. So let's take an example. Maybe you know the fact that it's a role which is individual contributor position, for example, like an analyst. You can say that there are times when you feel a little bit hesitant in a conflict situation and you tend to withdraw in your shell, and it's something that you're working on and you are aware it exists. This will not work in a role where you are leading a team, so watch out for that one. Another example could be the public speaking role that we talked about. Maybe this role does not require a lot of large audiences. Feel free to share that it's something that you struggle with and that you're working on. So the flaw approach tries to help you out by presenting your most authentic self in a way that does not shoot you in the foot. The two more things I will say is, number one, when it is your turn one day in the future that you're going to be the one conducting interviews, do yourself a favor, do not ask a question like this. Instead, focus on the candidate's strengths so they have an opportunity to shine. Secondly, if you still struggle with this topic a little bit, I have made a PDF. I will link it in the comments that will help you in terms of asking you the right questions, so you're already on your way. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week ahead, and I shall see you next time.